When I was a cowboy and my sister was an Indian, we were on our ponies on our way to our fort on our beautiful property in the mountains where we grew up. We'd run to our fort as fast as we could on our ponies just to get there and see what was happening with our invisible Indian friends and our pretend wild animals that lived in the forest and talked to us. We were each other's best friends. We had to be. We didn't live by anybody. Our horses were our best friends. We talked to our horses. We interacted with them just as though they were people and they could understand and talk back. And we had such fun. And this place that we made our fort was so magical. It was surrounded by these uniquely almost sculpted trees with unique features and rocks, big boulders with inexplicable holes and shapes in them. We didn't know what this was, but we knew it was really, really magic. The path through the forest that led us to this was always pristine, as though someone had swept it every night to keep it preserved. And this is where we played. And there was so much magic that happened over there, but as young girls, 6, 7 years old, we didn't know exactly what that was, but we made that fort into things where we had areas where we cooked, and we had areas where we thought we could take a bath on a bathtub literally on the top of this big boulder that overlooked the valley that was green and where we knew elk roamed. And we had so many adventures and so many fun times in this fort, this magical fort. As we got older, we kind of stopped playing as much cowboys and Indians and started doing playing mystery club. So we had a mystery club. She and I and the horses were the members, and we had it was a closed club. and we would reenact the Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew or whatever book my sister was reading at the time. And it was so much fun. And we'd always have to run here and run there and through the forest along these cleared paths and by these amazing rocks and trees that were so beautiful and magical. Fast forward, high school. By high school, we had mostly started trail riding with our horses, and we did 4-H too. And not as much play. I didn't have as much time. I was in music, and so I was always at band rehearsal somewhere. And but one day, I just had this hankering to play Mystery Club. So I said to my sister, let's get on the horses, let's play Mystery Club. And so we did. We solved some burning mystery that was out there. But something was missing. Something was missing. And it dawned on me years later that, the modification you go through as you're growing up, going to school, having parameters put on you. You need to behave this way. You need to do that. You need to. And nobody says you need to continue to pretend. I had lost that. Fast forward even further till now. It's always stayed with me, and it still is. And I go to that site our fort, and I've discovered something really magical. It is a place where I feel like I'm being guided. I've gone there and I've actually seen spirits, feminine, very feminine spirits. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, that's who's caring for these paths. And they're keeping it open for us. And what other stories are there to be told? Come to find out, it is a healing site created over 200 years ago by indigenous people. It's a very, very sacred site. It's been identified by experts, and so we know what it is and what it means. And I've incorporated that into my coaching practice as a spiritual journey because it's so powerful, and I know myself because that is where I have gone when I've had problems at work or whatever, and I get answers, I get clarity. But nothing will ever remove the memories of the fun and sheer joy that I experienced when she was the Indian and I was the cowboy. I can feel that presence right now when I tell that story. It's tough to get through sometimes. Thank you.